Welcome back to another Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Report, and today I got High Elves versus Orcs and Goblins. This is Dan's High Elves army, and basically he's getting a rematch from the last game. If you would have seen a couple videos ago, my Orcs and Goblins were very victorious against his High Elves, and he wants to see. He changed up his list a bit and sent me a challenge saying, hey, he wants to try it out again. And I was like, let's go ahead, let's bring the pain, see what's going to happen. So here's his army, and he's going to start off with his I don't believe that's his general. I think it's just actually a noble on a griffin. That giant base to the right of the noble on the griffin is actually going to be his sky cutter bolt thrower. He has two eagles, one over on this flank and then one on the opposite flank. And then over here he has, there's the other eagle. He has his 5 dragon princes of Calidor. In the middle he has a repeater eagle claw bolt thrower. And then he also has a level 4, I want to say it was Lore of Fire that he took. And that's his general back there. Over here we have a unit of 5 Illyrian Reavers, and then a giant block of 40 Northern Sea Guard. They also have a BSB Noble with them. Behind them is a block of, I want to say 20 Swordmasters, and the Swordmasters have the Banner of the World Dragon with him, which gives him a 2-up ward save against magic. He ends up putting his level 4 in that unit. In the trees, you can barely see them. There's the Sisters of Avalorn, and the Sisters, they're going to find out the trees are a wildwood. And then he has 5 more Illyrian Reavers over here. And let's see what the Orcs and Gobs brought to the table. I don't even know why I say that because it's my army. Over here, you can see my closest to the camera is the Goblin Wolf Hero. He has Sword of Might and a Armor of Destiny, and basically he's usually hunting down war machines. Next to him is the 20 Night Goblin Archers with Fanatics. And then I'll get closer pictures here. Here you go. There's another 20 Night Goblin Archers in front of the Ragnarok Spider with the Hauda crew. Next to him is 30 Savages. And they have a level 4 Savage Orc Shaman with a Lucky Shrunken Head with them. We have 2 Doom Divers, and then the guy in the front with, if you're not familiar with my models here, it's actually a wolf with a cow skull on it, and or a bull skull on it, and a little throne there. That guy is actually going to be my level 2 Goblin Shaman. He's actually a different model, but I'm proxying him in until I complete my Goblin Shaman on a wolf. Over here we have a unit of 9 Boar Boys with Gorbad Ironclaw leading the pack at 10, and you can also see my Mangler Squig, and also 3 Trolls, just regular Trolls. And let's go over Magic. Magic, I got Here We Go, Hand of Gork, and Foot of Gork, of course, and also Fist of Gork, and I just decided to keep it. As for my level 2 Goblin Shaman, who's taking Lore of Undeath, he got the Dark Riders and Gravecall. So, my opponent, he had Lore of Fire, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get pictures of anything until he actually started casting it, because he took it out of the big book. So over here we got the Illyrian Reavers moving up on a Vanguard. My Goblin Lord, he's not a hero, actually, I have to clarify that. He Vanguards up, and then these Reavers move over around the house this way. And then my other Goblin Shaman, he Vanguards as well, but he turns around because he knows these Shadow Warriors are popping up right here on deployment. High Elves turn 1, he wins the first roll, and he decides to go first. And of course the Shadow Warriors are over here. They're going to go ahead and threaten my Doom Diver, and that kind of sucks. He can't charge in on the first turn though. And then his Reavers over here, they move up, and then also his Eagle over here, it flies past my Goblin Lord, past his charge arc, and basically just coming in for the other Doom Diver. The Dragon Riders and the Eagle move up here, as well as the Sky Cutter. It's moving up. And then over here you could see he after he found out these are the Wildwoods, he's trying to move his Northern Sea Guard so they could make some space for his Swordmasters to get through, because he doesn't want to charge through the Wildwood at all by any means. So he just basically reforms, and they're facing in a thinner rank to try to get to get through. Um, there's just multiple pictures of him trying to give them enough space to start moving through. The Sisters of Avalorn, they leave the woods because they don't want to get attacked by the woods as well. And sure enough, as you can see, his sword masters just kind of wheel through, but they can't really fit at the moment. His prince over here on the griffin, he just moves over the building and he kind of protects the war machine for the time being. And that was about it for movement. We're going to go into magic phase. He gets 8 power dice, and again, he has Lore of Fire, and he's going to go ahead and burn the trolls. And the first spell he throws out there is going to go ahead and do some damage onto my trolls, and guess what? I'm just going to stop it. I have a Dispel Scroll on my Goblin Shaman. He's going to go in and say, no, you're not going to do that right now. So he goes ahead and throws another couple dice onto, I forgot which spell for now, but I dispelled it anyways because it wasn't important to take a picture. As for shooting phase, his sisters are going to go ahead and take some flaming shots, and they miss horribly actually, or they hit and they didn't wound. And then his bolt thrower is going to go ahead and take a massive arrow shot at my Arachnarok spider, and he hits, he connects, and he multiplies his wounds by 2. So he gave my Arachnarok 2 wounds before combat started. And then his Northern Seaguard are going to go ahead and shoot at my trolls, and they actually get 1 wound off. So that was about it, and we're going to go ahead and start Orcs and Goblins turn 1 now. So Orcs and Goblins turn 1, guess what? This is the first game in like 10 games or however many. Gorbad didn't fail the first roll for Animosity, and guess why? I didn't use those purple dice. I went back to the green machine dice, and I got it, and I was like, you know what, let's just try different dice and see what happens. And sure enough, bam! Animosity, no fails. The whole board, nobody failed Animosity. I'm stoked. Over here, the Mangler Squid got a high roll and went right through the Reavers. I did not do any charges because I kind of just felt like he was going to chaff me up and make me redirect. So I just went through with the Mangler. Mangler only ate 2 guys. Come on, only 2. What the hell? I wheel my Night Goblins with bows over here to release some Fanatics. The Fanatics actually pop out to the side, and they're going to go straight for the Reavers as well. And 1 Fanatic goes through. He gets like an 11, and that 11 just pops through and kills off the remaining 3. He was telling the Mangler, this is how you do it, chump. You got to kill them all 1 dice, not 2 and 2 dice. As you can see, everybody else kind of moves up. The Savages move into that forest, which ended up being a normal forest. And Gorbad and the Trolls just move up, and they pass their stupidity, and obviously Savages didn't get frenzy baited. Over here on this side, you can see my Arachnarok. I actually moved them up, which I thought, little spoiler here, was 18 inches from Gorbad. It was like 19 inches. But I was moving them this way to kind of just shoot at those Shadow Warriors. I'm trying to protect my Doom Diver, and I move my Shaman over just a little bit, and I also move these Night Goblin Archers up so they could kind of take care of that flying bird. Magic Phase got 7 power dice, and I tried to throw a couple onto Grave Call to throw up a unit of skeletons in between the Doom Diver and those Shadow Warriors. Didn't work. He dispelled it, and then I tried to do, I believe, Foot of Gork, and he dispelled it as well with the scroll, and that just kind of sucks. So we're going to go to Shooting Phase next. Shooting Phase, I got these Night Goblins with bows. They're going to go ahead and shoot at the Eagle, and they killed him off. I mean, he only has 2 wounds, and they got like 4 on him, I believe. And then over here, the Doom Diver on the far side, he's going to go ahead and take a huge shot at, again, the Shadow Warriors, trying to protect the other Doom Diver, and he drifts off and does nothing. So the other Doom Diver, in true Goblin fashion, committed suicide. He got a misfire and he blew up. Oh man, I was like, I believe I was trying to shoot the Dragon Riders because I knew those guys are heavy armor and these guys go through armor. But he blows up and yeah, didn't even matter. So all that protection for him for nothing because he just decided to commit suicide. Couldn't handle the pressure. Alright, let's start High Elves turn 2. And also you can see right here that my Goblin Lord just kind of moved up and wheeled around behind the Reavers on this side. High Elves turn 2, they're going to go ahead and charge the Chariot and the Dragon Riders right into my Arachnarok, and that's not good because they both connect. Oh shit. Oh, this is the first time Arachnarok has to fight something that's not infantry. my Ragnarok at least. Over here, Shadow Warriors, they just turn around because they have no other target. They're going to look at that Wolf Boy and Wolf Shaman, and they're just kind of staring him down, and he's just like, shit. Shouldn't have tried to save the Doom Diver. Over here, his Illyrian Reavers, they run right into my Mangler, and they just blow up. He took 3d6 on hits, and yeah, that was just like 11 wounds or something like that. And then basically everybody else just kind of shuffles around to move over, and again trying to get the Sword Masters past the forest without clipping the forest. Magic Face, he gets 3 power dice. Ha! Thank God he got something small. And he's going to go ahead and try to do Flaming Sword of Ruin, and he does it onto that unit of Northern Sea Guard, so they basically have flaming attacks on their shots. And sure enough, he gets it off. I couldn't stop it with my 1 or 2 dice, and whatever. So over here, we're gonna go into shooting phase. His Shadow Warriors are gonna shoot at my Shaman, and my Shaman's like, oh shit, he has nothing. He has no ward save or anything. He's a level 2 guy. I just bring for Dispel and Undeath, but only one wound goes through, and he gets a 6. He gets a 6 because he has just the mount. Oh, it saved his life, the mount. All right. Over here we have the the sisters. They're gonna go ahead and shoot at the fanatic because the fanatic's uncomfortably close, and they kill him off really quick and easy. Then the Northern Sea Guard are gonna go ahead and take all their shots onto my savages. Now that they have flaming attacks, I don't know why they didn't shoot at the trolls, but I'm not gonna argue. He picked all his shots to kill off the savages, and he kills off 6 savages. Holy crap. Over here he has his bolt thrower, and the bolt thrower gets actually a side flank view of my night goblins behind the Ragnarok, and yeah, he's hoping to get in there, pierce them, and take out like, I don't know, 6, 7, 10. I don't know how many he's expecting to get with a giant bolt. We went back and forth, like, should he take the repeater shots, or I thought he should take the repeater shots, but anyways, he goes in and takes the shot at him, and the first one it hits him, but it doesn't wound him. He gets a 1. So it stops right there, and no more shots are going to be taken off. Over here, we're going to go ahead and start close combat. Close combat, these guys charged in. First, the Sky Cutter did its impact hits, and it didn't even wound. Then the Dragon Princes go, and they did 2 wounds onto my Ragnarok. And then the Eagles did 1 more wound, but the guys, or the Sky Cutter actually feared the Ragnarok, so they kind of whiffed. So in retaliation, the Ragnarok goes ahead and attacks the Sky Cutter, and guess what? All those attacks kill the Sky Cutter, which was good because I didn't want to get. I knew I was losing combat resolution already, but I just didn't want 2 things chasing me. And plus, those guys have heavy armor, heavy armor and barding and all that, so I didn't want to deal with the Dragon Princes. So I lose combat, and I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. I'm in low. He's stubborn, and I got Gorbad's leadership bubble, so I measure out the bubble, and guess what? I am 19 inches away from Gorbad. I don't get his leadership. I roll on my, what is it, like leadership 7 on the Ragnarok, or 6 or 7, and it fails. And I'm like, shit, I don't even get a reroll because he's not in Gorbad's range. Ah, shit, so I'm going to run. And of course he's going to chase me. I mean, who wouldn't chase me? And so he chases me, and he catches me. He kills off the Ragnarok, but what he didn't realize is he overran right into some fanatics. Eat those fanatics, motherfucker. Alright, so I throw out the fanatics out there, and sure enough, 1 goes through, 2 sit in the way. That means he's going to have to take 5d6 strength 5 armor piercing hits. They go ahead and connect into the goblins on the overrun, and you can see right there, that's a picture of all my wounds that I did. So sure enough, he saved 1 guy's life. He did a bunch of armor saves and only 1 lived. And I took out 4 Dragon Riders with 3 Fanatics. That's a beautiful thing. And then basically, so that's how it is. He's in close combat. We're going to go ahead and start Orcs and Goblins turn 2 now. Let's start it off with some charges. I'm going to have my Goblin Lord Chickenhead going to charge into the side flank of the Sisters. Got the Savages and the Trolls charging into the Northern Sea Guard. And then Gorbad is also charging into the Sisters. First guy connects right here. Side flank. I should have just let that guy do it by himself. He's a pimp like that. Over here, Savages connect, which is a good one, and then also they stand and shoot, and when they stand and shoot, they kill off 4 guys. I should have done it with no, they still had flaming. Never mind, I shouldn't have done it with the trolls first. But then the trolls go in and they connect as well, and Gorbat also connects, which is just beautiful charges all around. I should have called out the Wah. This is the perfect opportunity for the Wah. I always forget to do the Wah though. And then for compulsory, these guys, one of them gets double threes here and dies, and the other guy runs into a rock and dies. And then this guy on the far edge, he's just like, towards the edge of the table. My Goblin Shaman on the Wolf, he decides to garrison inside of the building, and he is literally just chilling by the windows, casting magic spells like a jerk. Magic Phase get 9 power dice. Woo, 9. Let's go ahead and throw out, here we go. And I go ahead and throw it out, and he chooses to dispel it because I figure, you know what, all these orcs are in combat, might as well use some, here we go, get some rerolls on hits. He dispels it, unfortunately, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the Dark Riders, and my guy in the window, well, the only other target I had with the foot would have been the Bolt Thrower and the guys who have a 2-up ward save, so I wasn't really too worried about it. Throw up 6 on the Dark Riders, and he dispels that one too. Ah, shit, man. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm going to go ahead and throw out Grave Call, and I have 1 dice and the Magic Mushroom. Throw that out, and sure enough, pop out some skeletons right behind his Bolt Thrower. That'll handle that. And that was it for Magic. We're going to go into, what is this picture of nothing? Anyways, let's move on. We're going to go into shooting. Got the Doom Divers aiming at the Greatswords, and this Doom Diver misfires. What the hell, Doom Divers? You guys are just failing me all day today. And I roll a 1 and it blows up too. What the hell, man? Come on, Doom Divers. Why are you guys committing suicide? This is not cool. Let's go into close combat. Gorbat kills off 3 sisters like nothing, and then the Lord Chickenhead kills off the other 2. The Boar Boys didn't even get a chance to attack. And Lord Chickenhead overruns, and Gorbat just reforms. And then this is how it would look. We're going to close combat over here. He goes ahead and he does 1 wound onto one of my trolls. And he does 1 wound onto, and I believe that was just maybe the hero alone. But he does 1 wound onto the Savages. And the Savages go ahead and kill off like a good, I want to say like 9 guys. And sure enough, I win combat resolution, but he has more ranks than I do, and he's going to go ahead and be steadfast and sit there for another round of combat. Over here, the Goblins, they failed to wound, or they actually wound him, I think like 2 or 3 times, but he makes all his armor saves because he's got a full up armor, and all I got to do is hope that he rolls a 1, and he kills off 1 guy with his horse, might I add, not even the elf. And by the way, I actually feared him this turn too. But I go ahead and I combat reform, and I do it this way so that way I have ranks on him, so maybe I can win combat resolution on the next turn. Hi Elves, turn 3, and he's going to go ahead and start charges. He charges the Shadow Warriors into the side flank of the Goblins here, and that was unexpected by me, but makes sense because the Shadow Warriors had nothing else to do since both the Doom Divers were dead. And yeah, connects in. Over here, his Sword Masters charge into the Trolls, and now they're in some danger. Luckily, Lord Chickenhead is okay. He's literally just out of range by like barely an inch. And then over here, his Dragon Prince, his Griffin Rider Prince charges into the Savages, and he gets a front charge in, and now there's going to be some serious pain. For Magic Phase, he gets 3 power dice, and out of the 3 power dice, I dispelled whatever he tried to get off, and nothing happened on Magic Phase. So, I mean, he had some lucky, for me, low rolls on Magic, but I don't need him casting crazy spells. Anyways, for his shooting phase, his Bolt Throwers decide they're going to go ahead and turn around and face these skeletons, and they're going to do a repeater shot, and they shoot and they kill off 4 skeletons, which is good, but not enough for what he needed to get rid of. And then over here, the Night Goblins, they took 3 casualties, probably from the Shadow Warriors and the Dragon Prince, but they killed off the Dragon Prince. Oh my god, that's so awesome. He failed his armor check, and sure enough, I mean, That's all I needed. I mean, I'm actually losing combat resolution, 3 wounds and a side charge. Oh god. But I don't care. I killed off the Dragon Prince. Those 120 point goblins killed off however many points a Dragon Prince's unit of 5 of them are worth. So, but the Shadow Warriors overrun and they kill off the goblins. Over here we have this giant combat. His sword masters destroy my trolls. Oh my god, that was brutal. I don't like those sword masters. They're too strong. But yeah, like 2 attacks each, strength 5. He had and plus the high elves ability to attack in another rank. That's just, yeah, it was just brutal. They killed off all my trolls, and then the Griffin and the Rider start going, and they kill off like 5 savages, and the rest of the Sea Guard go ahead and they kill off like another guy or 2. And savages retaliate, only kill off 4 regular chump guys. So overall, this is the chaos how it looks. All the dead bodies, and I lose combat resolution pretty bad, and I'm going to fail. And I run, even though I'm in Gorbad's range. I mean, that's just way too many. I mean, he has ranks, he has banners, he has BSBs, he has 2 charges. It's just, and then how many wounds on the trolls? It was just way too much. And sure enough, he doesn't catch me though. I run through the woods. I actually rolled like a 12, and he rolled like a 6 or a 7 or something like that. And yeah, so overall, I got away. Luckily, my level 4 is still alive. We're going to go into Orcs and Goblins turn 3 now, and we're going to go ahead and declare some charges here. I have Gorbad's unit charge right into the Sword Masters. I'm thinking, you know what, Gorbad's going to kill at least 4 of them on his first turn, and they don't have always strikes first because they have great weapons, so he'll kill off 4. Hopefully the Boar Boys kill off a couple more, or maybe I could just direct all my attacks and kill off his level 4 guy. And so they're going to go ahead and charge in, and the Lord Chickenhead goes ahead and charges into the giant chicken, and sure enough, the skeletons, of course, they're going to charge into the bolt thrower. This guy doesn't want to fall off the table yet, but he's still swinging around, and these guys rally. That's good news. And over here we have the Night Goblins with short bows. They're moving up towards to shoot at the Northern Sea Guard. Not only that, but they actually killed off an eagle that was coming up on the left flank. I did not take a picture of for some reason. Magic phase, we have 8 power dice, and this guy over here, he decides to cast out the Dark Rider spell with 3 power dice and 1 mushroom. And my opponent does not cancel it out. He's more afraid of the Foot of Gork. So I throw out some Hex Wraiths over in the corner there, right in front of the Northern Sea Guard, literally so they cannot charge my Boar Boys, which I thought was a good move. And then I go ahead and throw 5 dice onto the Foot of Gork, and he dispels it. I didn't roll that high to begin with, and yeah, he just beat me out. Over here, we're going to close combat, and guess what? I'm like, Gorbad's gonna kill all these chumps. I throw out a challenge. The guy declines. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna kick some ass. And all of a sudden, I go to swing at the always strikes first. Go to swing at 4 guys, and I figured out really quick that magic weapon, Morgler the Mangler, my axe, my trusty axe, doesn't work on the Banner of the World Dragon. He got 2 up saves on him, and he didn't kill shit. The pig killed 1 guy, and the rest of his unit kills off 5 of my Boar Boys. Oh shit. And the rest of my unit kills off another guy, and that was it. Wow, I was not expecting that at all. Ah, crap. Now I'm stuck in combat here, and I have a magic weapon that doesn't do anything to them. Holy shit, this is gonna suck. I'm stuck in combat here. So, I got a banner, BSB, and not only that, I have a flaming banner, which does nothing to these guys as well. And I think he wins combat. I'm pretty sure he wins combat, even though I got the charge in. And but I stick because Gorbad's wonderful BSB, or BSB and leadership bubble, and I don't run away. Over here in close combat, my wolf boy, he does 2 wounds onto the griffin itself, and the griffin fails to wound. So I win combat resolution. I got 2 wounds and a side flank, and his general's in range, and so is his BSB, and he rolls double ones to stick, so he's not going to go anywhere. Over here in this combat, the skeletons go ahead and kill off one of the northern guys who are watching out the Eagle Claw bolt thrower, and I cause them to panic and run away, and they blow up their crossbow and run. So basically I overrun, and I overrun right into the rear of the Northern Sea Guard, and that's going to start off High Elves turn 4 now. High Elves, they have no charges to declare because everybody's in combat, so they're just going to go straight into Magic Phase. Magic Phase, he gets 8 power dice, and he gives these guys flaming attacks again, and I'm like, whatever, they're in combat with some skeletons, I don't care about no flaming attacks. Basically over here, his Shadow Warriors moved up a little bit closer, and they're going to go ahead and shoot by throwing some poison darts or whatever they are, and they go ahead and kill off 1 savage. And I'm just like, whatever, you killed 1 savage, I can handle that. Close combat, he takes another wound by my Goblin Wolf Rider, and that's that. Over here, my skeletons kill off 2 of his spearmen or sea guards, and his sea guards only kill off 1 of my guys. Unfortunately, though, he has plenty of rank, so I might crumble a bit. Over here, I challenge with Gorbad, and he accepts with a champion. And Gorbad, of course, he gets all 4 attacks off, and he does nothing because he saved them all. But the mighty pig, Snarla, the war boar, he killed off that champion. The rest of the Sea Guard kills off the rest of my unit, which really sucked. And, yeah, I mean, there's just nothing I can do about it. Gorbad sticks with a beautiful roll, and that's going to start off my Orcs and Goblins turn 4 now. So, Orcs, Goblins, and Undead turn 4. My Hex Rates are going to charge into the rear of the Sea Guard. My Savages charge into the rear, or the side flank of the Griffin Rider. And that's about it. My Magic Phase, I get 8 power dice. And I'm going to go ahead and use 4 dice plus a mushroom onto the Dark Riders. And he doesn't try to dispel it because he's more worried about what else do I have up my sleeve. I go ahead and I throw up some Black Knights. I figure, you know what, Hex Rates are not going to be able to do damage onto the Sword Masters just because they have that stupid banner, but some Black Knights might be able to pierce them in when they get a charge in. And then they also get a rear charge there. And then I also angled them so they could kind of handle either group in case of what happens next. The rest of my dice, I use them onto Grave Call, and I'm going for Monstrous Infantry. I'm going for some Vargeists or Vargulfs, or no, the Frenzy guys, the Vargeist, I think they are. And I didn't get it high enough. I needed a 16 plus, and he was going to try to dispel it, and I just didn't even get a good enough roll. That sucks. Over here, we're going to go back into combat with Gorbad and the boys. And Gorbad, you know, they get 2 wounds off onto Gorbad, and they're strength 5, so minus his 2 on his armor, so he needs a 5-up armor save, and he got 2 6s, double 6s. He's fine. He didn't take a wound. He's still sticking in combat, but it's looking grim every day for Gorbad. Over here, the Spearmen, the Northern Sea Guard, they turned around and to face the skeletons, and all of them just destroyed those skeletons. They killed off all 5. The Hex Rates, they killed off like 2 guys of the Sea Guard, and basically the Hex Rates are going to crumble just because the combat resolution, which sucks. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and he's going to turn the Northern Sea Guard all facing the stupid Shaman that's in the building. He's like, I'm tired of you casting more units for me to kill. I'm just going to kill the source of the guy who's casting all the spells. Oh, shit. Alright, over here, the Lord Chickenhead and his savages, they kill off that Griffin, and they're left with just the champion, or just the noble, and they're going to go ahead and kill off the noble as well. He's just a dead chump. He tries to attack, I believe, Lord Chickenhead. Actually, I think he goes for the savages, but they just killed him off. They had a good ward save. They all have a good ward save there. And that's going to start off High Elves turn 5. High Elves turn 5 again. He has nobody in combat. And he's going to go ahead and throw Magic Phase. He gets 9 power dice. He throws on that fire augment again onto the sea guard here, so that gives him fire shots again. And then he does a spell with his wizard here to shoot like a gaze that throws fireballs from his eyes, or it could have just been a fireball spell, but it kills only one guy here. And that's basically it. The other spell I dispelled. And we're going to go into shooting phase. Shooting phase, his Shadow Warriors go ahead and they snipe off the one more Savage, and that basically sucks. Over here, his Northern Sea Guard, they just fire like, whatever, 30 shots into the building, and since they're flaming shots, apparently they get to re-roll their wounds because the house is catching on fire. So he didn't get hit, or he got hit a couple times, but they didn't wound the first time, and then they wounded the second time. I was like, God damn it! Killed off my sleeper here, man. So no more summoning units here. And then over here, he goes back into close combat, and he killed off Gorbad. That sucks. So he's going to reform his Sword Masters to face my Black Knights. My Black Knights are going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5. They're going to charge into the side, or right into the Sword Masters and deal with them. And they're going to go into close combat with them. And they go ahead and take a dangerous terrain for marching through the Wildwoods. And the Wildwood killed off one guy. Oh, what assholes. Over here is the biggest setup in the lifetime here. I actually moved my Savages, as you can see, just behind the charge arc of the Shadow Warriors, and you can see I move Lord Chickenhead all the way off over there, because guess what's coming up next? I'm setting those guys up who just shot my Goblin Shaman out of the building, and they're getting set up hardcore. My Night Goblins over here, they move up just a little bit more just in case they want to shoot at somebody. And here we go. We got Power Dice, 5 Power Dice, and I'm going to throw them all onto the foot of Gork. Try to stop that, man. Bam! Direct hit. Well, actually, the first one failed. I rolled a 4, 5, or 6, got him, and then it basically gets a direct hit, and I get, like, I think, like 15 guys or something like that. Go for a 4, 5, or 6 to do it again, and I do it again, and I kill off, like, another 6 guys. Oh, man. And then I was going to go for a 4, 5, or 6 to do it again, and guess what? Right now, he's only down to 1 BSB and 1 champion, and I roll and I get a 1. So he gets to do it to me, and when he does it to me, it drifts off. Or I'm sorry, he gets a direct hit too, but I got a bunch of ward saves, and he rolled a bunch of 1s. He only killed off 5 of my guys, and I was just hoping to crush that whole unit. I killed like 20 or 30 guys with the stomps on the foot of Gork, and it was a beautiful setup, honestly. But I tried to make them run away, and they didn't because the BSB is with them. Close combat over here. My Black Knights, they got their ass kicked. Actually, he killed off 4 or 3 of them. One of them died from the tree, but killed off 3 of them. And mine goes back and attacks back, and he failed to kill anybody. And that was it. He's gonna crumble just based on that. They're gonna go ahead and start off High Elves turn 6, and they are facing Lord Chickenhead right now, and he has a magic weapon as well. He has the thing from the Sword of Might, which gives him +1 strength. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flee with him. I'm like, whatever. It's the end of the game. If you could catch him, you could catch him. If you can't, you're gonna run into my short bows over here. And they couldn't catch him. He's just way too fast. Magic phase, he gets 4 power dice, and he throws them all onto I think the gaze move again. And look at that. I rolled the 2 dice that I got double 6s. I stopped his spell. His Shadow Warriors over here, they're going to go ahead and start sniping at my guys. And I believe they kill off 1 more guy. Yep, they do. And over here, his remaining 2 guys run into the building for safety. They don't want to be shot at or foot of Gorked again on turn 6. And then since Lord Chickenhead fleed by these guys fleed as well. And that's basically it. I'm going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 6. I just say screw the BS. I mean, if we're going to go based on points, I'm going to go ahead and take my Savage Orc out of the unit. He's looking at the Shadow Warriors, he's looking at the house, and he's going to go ahead and do the foot of Gork. I get 6 power dice. I throw all 6 dice onto the foot of Gork, and he dispelled it. I shook his hand there and I said, "Good game," because there's no way in hell I could beat you in points if I can't kill the BSB and that one remaining Northern Sea Guard. If I could have killed those two guys, I probably would have beat him by points because all he had left was his Sword Masters with his level 4. I still have my Savage Orcs with my level 4. I still had Lord Chickenhead, and I had a unit of Night Goblins with bows, and I think I could have beat him by points. But otherwise, this was a really fun game. I had a blast on it. I think that it was a learning experience because I never fought a High Elf army with a Banner of the World Dragon, so I got to see. If I was to change it a little bit, I would have had the Savages charge into the Sword Masters since they have a ward save versus just an armor save, and they would have took heavy casualties still, but they would have been able to take out chunks of those Sword Masters, and that would have made a big difference. But the Savage Orc just killing off like 25 Northern Sea Guard with the Foot of Gork, that was awesome at the end of the game. MVP, I have to give it to my Goblin Wolf Riders, both of them. The Shaman who casted up 3 undead units, and Lord Chickenhead, man, he just beat the crap out of a Griffin, and he beat the crap out of those sisters. And they kind of, they hold their own for what they are. Gorbad was definitely my LVP for today because his board did more casualties than he did, and and my Ragnarok also he did take out a chariot, at least the Ragnarok, but he ran away from combat, and that was just poor leadership on my side, or poor generalship on my side. Anyways, it was a fun game. If you guys have any comments, questions, or any feedback, please just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be putting up more videos very soon. Right now, I have to go play some games so that way I can put up some more videos. This is the last video I have for now, and anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.